Hello everyone. Today I am doing a review of the Grado SR225i series headphones. I'm going to try and keep this as quick and concise as possible. These headphones, open back headphone, as you can see, they have a metal grate here in the back. If you go any lower in the Prestige series, it's going to be a plastic grate in the back as opposed to metal. And these also come with the bowl style ear pads instead of the flats, which will come on anything, I believe, lower in the Prestige series as well. As far as the build quality goes, nothing to really, talk about, but, the build quality of, the drivers and the housing here and the ear pads is decent along with the cabling. Where the build quality really lacks is in the headband area here and how they attach right here. Just very cheap. It's just, I can feel the metal piece. You could probably see it, this bends. It's just real cheap vinyl. These headphones are not very comfortable, and they do lack adjustability, as you can see. They just don't. I wouldn't even say comfort. How about just discomfort? If they didn't sound as good as they sound, I would probably take them out front and whip them around by the cord and smash them on the concrete. The comfort is just, they're just not that comfortable. Every time I put them on, I find myself fiddling around for probably like a minute or two before I just leave them alone, and then they settle in on my ears. And then, probably after an hour to maybe 2 hours at most, I take them off and my ears are a little bit sore. So, you do get used to it, and they do get the bowls do soften up over time, but they are not a comfortable headphone. As far as the cable goes, they do have a 1/4 inch plug. If you're going to listen to them with an iPhone, iPod, or a device that has a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, you're going to have to buy an adapter like this. I believe this is a Sennheiser adapter. Works great. I've been listening to these headphones amped and unamped. They sound really good either way. They do sound a little bit better amped for sure, but no problems listening to them with a lower power device, and I actually do that quite a bit, so had no problems there. Very low impedance, so they do still sound really good. The way that I would explain the sound of these, just very natural, very airy. Imagine if you were at a cabin up in the woods and there was not any sounds up there, and it's like snowed the night before, and you come outside and there's snow on the ground and it's just dead quiet, and then you can hear like a bird over to the left and maybe a squirrel rustling around over in another direction, and then like the cracking of some bark on a tree somewhere else. Just very crisp, very clear, very natural. The instruments are spaced out very well when you're listening to music. It's like I said, it's just very clear and very natural sounding. As far as the bass goes, they're not going to shake your ears off or anything. The bass is very tight, very punchy, doesn't bleed over into any of the other instruments. Just very precise. These are just a very, very good sounding, clean, crisp sounding headphone. I listen to a lot of bass heavy music, or I like bass, and sometimes I crave it. And when I do, I just, I have to swap these out and put on a pair like my closed backs where I can just feel it a little more. You don't get that from them, but I do find myself still listening to a lot of electronica, house music, rap, R&B with these, just because it's, the sound is just so clean with these. So anyways, that's my review of the Prestige series Grado 225 or SR225i headphones. I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, just let me know. All right.